The myth of bulk. I want to be toned, but I don't want to be bulky. Shut up, bitch. Guess what? You need to get your ass in the gym, you need to lift some weights, and you need to look hot. You will not get bulky as a female. Men build more muscle naturally through testosterone than women do. Men have more testosterone, and that is why they always have bigger muscles. I mean, I shouldn't say they always have bigger muscles, but unless women are taking steroids or they're on some really specialized, rigorous diet. Or they're on some specialized diet, very rigorous diet, rigorous training schedule, then women are not going to get bulky. So, first off, there is no such thing as tone. Tone is lean. What is lean? Lean is, and I know you've all seen this photo, there's the pound of muscle and the pound of fat. Okay, well, what's the difference between these two? Fat takes up more space than muscle does. So when someone has more muscle, they are then lean. Lean is when someone has built up muscle over time, because it's not an overnight process. They have built up muscle over time, and they have then lost the weight or the fat that is right under the skin that kind of hides the muscle. So when you build up that muscle and then you lose the fat around it, you then have the look of being lean, which most people use as tone, or say tone. I guess they use them interchangeably, but tone is not a thing. You can't go in the gym and do, 5 pounds and do like 20 reps once a week and you're going to be toned. That's not how this works. It's not how this works. You know the saying, sorry, maybe I shouldn't talk with glue in my mouth. You know the saying, abs are made in the kitchen. And there's 100% truth to that. With any type of training schedule, with any type of diet, it's 70% diet with what you eat and 30% in the gym. So you can go to the gym and do whatever you want, lift weights, swim in the pool, spend an hour on the treadmill, but if you're not eating properly, it's not going to make any difference. You're not in your calorie deficit. You're not taking in more calories than you're burning. You're taking in less calories than you're burning, and you're not going to lose the weight. So when someone has like a washboard abs, a six-pack, it means that they have not only done the exercises to gain that muscle and get that six-pack, but they also watch what they eat. They are not probably eating a lot of fat, and there's no storage there, and then so you can see those abs because they have lost the fat around the muscle that's right under the skin. I have this obsession with I'm assuming you say her name as Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa? I don't know. But I read about her on Wikipedia, and I guess she was born in Armenia, and she looks Armenian, I guess, but she's from England. She has an English accent, but I'm like obsessed with her. I just I've found like all these songs from her, and I love her, and she's so pretty. And I love her voice. It's so good. Wish I could sing like that. Basically, I keep doing this. It's moving the camera, isn't it? Sorry. So basically, the camera's sitting on my ottoman, which is like squishy, and I keep hitting it because I'm very passionate about this. Sorry. So I can say for most people, they lose the fat in their stomach last, and it can be very frustrating. But at the same time, it's actually very impractical to maintain a six-pack all the time. It's just, if you want to starve yourself every day, then more power to you. But I like food too much. Like, I really like food. That being said, I think that people put too much emphasis on the scale. So you could have lost 50 pounds in the past year, and that's great. I'm not trying to discount that. That's awesome. But if you're not doing any type of like weight training or anything just to, tone yourself up, if you're not doing any weight training to sculpt yourself, basically what you do is you become skinny fat. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of that. And what does that mean exactly? It means that you look good in clothes because you are skinny by means of weight on the scale. But you are, you know, if you're naked, you're standing in front of the mirror, you're kind of flabby. And to give a good example of this, the whole scale issue and concentrating too much on it, and I'm guilty of it, don't get me wrong, I'm probably on the scale way more than I should be. And there's other things that you have to think about. There's water weight, you know, hormones are going to affect everything. Some weeks I'm just like so bloated and I could just eat nothing all week and I'm still, you know, I'm still going to be bloated. It just is what it is. So, I mean, there's other factors to consider, but I digress. When I started my current job, and it's been about 1.5 years, I think now, and when I started that job, I weighed 144, and at that point, I was happy where I was at. I felt good. I felt healthy. I was eating pretty routinely healthy, hitting my protein and whatnot. You know, I was going to the gym on a regular basis, just doing my thing, and I was happy with where I was at. And then I started that job full time. And it was a new job. It was my first job right out of college, you know, transitioning from college to a professional career. And, you know, I didn't know what I was doing. And then, you know, winter hit and, you know, everyone gains weight in the winter. And by the time that tax season ended, because I'm an accountant, in case you guys don't know that already, by the time that ended, I had gained 30 pounds. And I was so unhappy with myself, because it's so much easier to maintain that weight loss than it is to lose it again. And so I struggled again for the next 6 months trying to get that down, and I did. But where I'm going with this is that there was pants that I had bought, like a new wardrobe I had bought for that job, and my current job, and they fit me, obviously, when I bought them when I was 144, and then I lost the weight, or I got down to that 144 again, and those pants, they didn't fit the same. They were loose, and that is the result of a year of weightlifting and just changing your body composition. And I know you guys all have your Pinterest boards, you know, your fitness inspiration. You know, there's this girl, there's this girl, there's that girl, there's that girl. And guess what? Hate to break it to you guys, but they all lift weights. You're not going to look like that drinking skinny tea, and you're not going to look like that with, you know, putting a wrap around your body. And you're not going to look like that taking diet pills, alright? Hard work is the only thing that will ever get you to that point. And to maintain it, same thing, hard work, you know, being conscious of what you're putting in your body. And if you still don't believe me, there's a book I read when I first, who'd be texting me? Anyway, there was a book that I read when I first came to this epiphany, with the myth of bulk, and I mean, I guess I can tell you like how I even got to this point. I've always been skinny. I mean, I have the genetics. You know, in high school, I ate whatever the hell I wanted, and was just skinny because I had my age on my side. Hang on, I gotta take a Snapchat. It's very important. Anyway, I had always been skinny. That's where I was at, I think, in my story. And then I graduated high school, and at some point I moved out of the house, and I was doing the whole college thing and drinking heavily. And like most, I gained weight, and that happened very slowly over a couple of years. And I remember a few years later, even after that, I went to the gynecologist for the first time, and they weighed you, because I mean that's one of the things they do. And I weighed more than I'd ever, like, I got on the scale, I was like, what? That's not what I weigh. And it was. And I guess at that point I realized that I had been just slowly gaining weight. And I mean, it should have dawned on me when I started buying new clothes, but I guess, you know, I still felt good and whatnot. But I got on birth control, and I think that whole thing, the hormones and whatnot, made me gain even more weight. And it's just very frustrating for me. And I hadn't really gone to gyms so much. I joined Planet Fitness at one point. That would probably be my first gym that I joined, but I was just sticking around, like, let's get real. I would go there like once or twice a week, and I would just like go in the circle and do each machine in like in the order that they were in, you know, do like some lightweight and just pretend like I was doing something. And so what happened is at some point, and I think it's been about 3 years now, I've been lifting for 3 years, I started going to the gym with a bunch of dudes, and obviously they're going to be lifting weights and, you know, being dudes about it, and what those dudes being Sean, and I just remember saying what everyone else says, and that's, you know, I don't want to be bulky, I don't want to look, you know, big, I don't look like a dude. And Sean's like, you're not going to look like a dude. You are a dude. You don't have enough hormones to look like that. And so I started lifting like with them. I just started doing what they did, and I started, you know, improving and seeing changes in my body, and I was hooked. And it's perfect for me because I hate cardio. Like I hate it. And I need to start incorporating it more into my routine because cardiovascular health is just as important as, you know, lifting for your joints and everything else, and your bones. But I mean, I absolutely despise cardio, and lifting it's a whole different horse. Wait, whole different horse? Is it a whole different beast? Whole different beast. You know what I'm trying to say. Oh my god. I guess another thing that I love about weightlifting is I'm not a very competitive person. I'm not one for organized group activities. I never have been. I hate sports. I was never in sports. I never had the desire to play sports. When I was in gym class in middle school and high school, I hated it with a burning passion. I would try my damnedest not to ever have the ball in my hands. I would like stand in the outfield like, wait, and be like, oh, hopefully the ball never comes over here. I mean, I did what I could to pass, and that was pretty much it. Hi, bubbies! We so good. Jealousy. Oh, thank you. I don't know what I was trying to say was I'm not a competitive person. I don't organize group activities. I'm very much in competition with myself. I'm constantly, you know, setting goals for myself and, you know, trying to improve in every aspect of my life, but this specifically, and, you know, with my body. And so weightlifting, it highlights that for me, and I love it. But anyway, if you still don't believe me, there's a book that I read when I started lifting, you know, when Sean kind of said, hey, you're not gonna be bulky. And I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called like it's basically everything I'm talking about right now, but a little more scientific. So if you don't want to believe me, believe science, because science. What is it called? I'm on Amazon right now. I'm gonna look it up. I'll also link it down below for you guys. Yes, it's called The New Rules of Weightlifting for Women. Lift like a man, look like a goddess. And it's a few years old, but it's not outdated. And it's $12 with Amazon Prime, and heck, you could probably get it used for super cheap. Let's see. Yeah, there's one for like $6 on here. So go ahead and give that, you know, a read. If you're a reader, if you're not, then, you know, that is what it is. But it'll kind of go more in depth with what I'm saying, and explain things a little better. It's just a really, really good book. Bet you guys didn't know I was hood. How about that? So in conclusion, stop being a little bitch and get your ass in the gym. Okay? Oh, seriously. Get your ass a gym membership, stop making excuses, and lift some weights. Lift heavy, lift hard, go hard, push yourself, and your body will reward you. I'll just leave you with this thought: no pain, no gain. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you found it informative. And I will see you next time. I hope you have an amazing day.